Hello and welcome to another update video about MATIC. Yeah, MATIC continues to move in this correction, did hold support at the previous low points. And what do we see now? So in the last update yesterday, only yesterday, I highlighted to you that the move down here is likely not complete yet. And that's still my perspective, but that we can look for a potential bounce from this region. And this is unfolding right now. Let's talk about the two different structures. The idea is on this chart that a 5-wave move to the upside unfolded into the December highs. And up there, we identified this support area that was supposed to provide some support for a wave 2 in a wave 2 correction. It's likely that the market is now unfolding in this wave 2. The wave 2 consists of an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave. The idea is that the A wave bottomed on the 8th of January. In an ABC structure, A, B, C itself. The idea in the yellow count, which is the short-term bearish scenario and interpretation, the B wave was a 3-wave rally, and the C wave to the downside is unfolding right now. Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3 reached the minimum target. I mentioned that in yesterday's video. Because of that, I gave you a resistance area or target area for this wave 4, which has now been reached. And then one more low should happen from here if the price shows a reaction to the resistance area. Now I have to say something about that. Why do I assume that this C wave in wave 2 is not over yet? Well, because only 3 waves down. We can only identify 3 waves down from the B wave top that formed on the 11th of January. Also, a C wave should be a 5-wave move, so I cannot count 5. Also, the C wave ideally moves below the low of the A wave. All of that not fulfilled. Therefore, I still expect lower prices. However, obviously the 3rd wave reached the minimum target, so we have to expect a bounce, and this bounce is unfolding. To really keep going with the yellow count, the price should stay below 83 cents. That's the golden ratio level. I don't want a wave 4, not even if the C wave is an ending diagonal. I don't want a wave 4 exceed that level really. Okay, it will then get very unreliable. Now, the problem is if the 3rd wave only reaches, more generally, only reaches the minimum target, then typically I don't really trust it. There are some Elliott wave analysts who accept the 1.236 extension for a 3rd wave. And it reached exactly 74.6 cents, which is the 1.236 extension of wave 1. See, I accept that as well, but I don't trust it. I don't trust it, which is why I gave you the white wave count as additional scenario, which doesn't really change the expectation, but allows for a larger bounce. I also see a potential pattern like that on several other coin charts and also on the Bitcoin chart, and therefore it is highly likely, but I need a break above 83 cents to confirm it. So in this scenario, which is the white one, I also expect that the wave 2 is still unfolding, but it allows for a larger bounce and a reset of this B wave a little higher. Okay, so it is possible that this B wave is still unfolding, that the move up was not wave B, but instead just a smaller A wave in the B wave. The move down was the B wave, as highlighted in white here, of the B wave, and we should now see a break above 83 cents in this scenario. So that means I can really only confirm this scenario with a break above 83 cents. It would provide an opportunity for taking some more partial profits maybe after finding entries in the trading area down here. So that's something I see as very likely, okay? But I cannot make it primary scenario until we see a break above 83 cents. But I have to say very clearly, I find it very likely. Because I see some confluence with the Bitcoin chart and other charts as well. Many altcoin charts produce a similar pattern. Then we have on this chart a potential head and shoulders pattern, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, that in the yellow scenario would be relevant because a break below this neckline here, which is around 74 cents, would likely send it down lower, possibly next to 66.7. Maybe even 58 cents, even though that would be quite a long 5th wave, but there are scenarios in which this can be covered. So a break below that swing low that formed on Friday would probably trigger this head and shoulders pattern. Whereas I have to say, if there is a break above the, well, if we do the white count, it looks less like a head and shoulders, okay? So yeah, that's what I'm watching currently for. So basically, short-term bounce is unfolding. In both scenarios, a short-term bounce was expected. That's always very good. And yeah, I mean, at some point, this wave 2 should be over. I don't think it's over yet. But when it's over finally, where should it take us? In the third wave, we should expect, minimally, a target of $2.12. Again, there is the 1.236 extension level again. Again, it's the minimum. I don't trust it. So more ideally, $2.40, which is the 1.38 extension, or even the 1.618 extension at $2.94. That's my update about MATIC. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.